breaking news. Real fucking
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Real Fucking News, where the news is fresher than a college graduate's resume and just as full of bullshit. I'm Joe Mama, and my co-host is the lovely Anita B. J. Now.
Thank you, Joe. Tonight we have a jam-packed episode that's hotter than a jalapeno in a sauna. We're diving into politics, some shocking environmental updates, and a sports segment that's going to make you wish you paid more attention in gym class. But first, let's jump into our top story.
Anita, before we dive into the news, I've got a joke for you. Why did Donald Trump bring a ladder to the debate?
I don't know, Joe, why?
Because he heard the stakes were high.
Oh, Joe, you never disappoint. Now let's get to the real news. The latest polls are in, and it looks like Trump is still holding strong among his supporters. In a recent Harris poll, he's leading by a solid margin.
That's right, Anita. Despite all the noise and controversy, the man just keeps on trucking. Speaking of trucking, did you hear about the boat parade in his honor?
Oh yes, it was quite the spectacle. Hundreds of boats out on the water, all decked out in red, white and blue, with Trump flags flying high. It's amazing to see the level of enthusiasm.
And speaking of enthusiasm, let's not forget about the rallies. Trump is out there, kissing hands and shaking babies. Well, maybe not kissing hands these days, but you get the idea.
Absolutely, Joe. He's a real force to be reckoned with, and despite what the mainstream media says, his supporters are more energized than ever.
You know, Anita, I think if Trump decided to run for president of the moon, he'd have supporters lining up in spacesuits. He's that popular.
You might be onto something there, Joe, but on a more serious note, it's important to stay informed and engaged. No matter which side you're on, get out there and vote.
That's right, Anita. And before we end this segment, one last joke. Why did Trump go to the art museum?
I give up, Joe. Why?
He heard they had the best wall art.
Oh, Joe. Now let's get back to the news. Where were we?
Absolutely, Anita. Our top story tonight. Congress has finally passed the long-awaited Climate Action Bill. This bill aims to reduce carbon emissions by 50% over the next decade. That's right, folks. It's like they finally decided to stop farting into the wind.
That's right, Joe. This bill has been in the works for years, and it's a significant step forward in the fight against climate change. We're joined by our environmental correspondent, Dr. Green, who's on the scene in Washington, D.C. Dr. Green, how's it looking out there?
Gracias, Anita. The vibe here is lit, and I ain't just talking about the static from all the hot air, you know? These lawmakers are hyping this bill like it's the Holy Grail. It's got all the goods: renewable energy incentives, tighter emissions regs, and cash for green projects. It's like they finally realized we can't keep burning dino juice forever, Holmes. But let me break it down for you. This bill, it's a game changer, IRC. We're talking major investments in solar and wind, making it easier for the homies to get their hands on clean energy. And those emissions rules, they're cracking down hard, making sure factories and rides aren't polluting our barrios. Plus, they're throwing in some serious feria for green infrastructure. Think bike lanes, public transit, and parks. So yeah, it's about time these vados woke up and started thinking about the future. We gotta protect La Tierra, not just for us, but for our hijos y nietos. This ain't just about saving some trees, it's about making sure our communities can thrive, Essie.
Thanks, Dr. Green. Now let's turn our attention to the weather. Over to you, sexy MC Dark Chocolate. Be careful this time.
I'd like to thank you, J. Joe. This week's weather is all over the place. You just like my love late life. Starting with California, it's going to be hotter than a devil's ass crack. With temperatures hitting to triple D digits. So if you're planning on going out, make sure to stay hydrated and don't forget your sunscreen. I'm in the Midwest. We're looking at some serious thunderstorms. Winds are going to be stronger than your mother-in-law's opinions. So be careful out there. Kansas and Nebraska and Iowa. you're getting hit hard this week. On the East Sea coast, it's going to be rainy and miserable. Juju, just like my ex. So get those umbrellas ready, folks.
Thanks, sexy MC Dark Chocolate. Stay safe out there, everyone. And remember, if it's raining cats and dogs, don't step in a poodle. Now for a look at sports, here's Ben and Snyder.
Thanks, Joe. Big news in the world of sports tonight. The local favorite, the Hustletown Hawks, have clinched a spot in the playoffs after a nail-biting victory against the Rivertown Rattlers. This win comes after a season filled with ups and downs, and the Hawks are now looking like strong contenders for the championship. It's like watching a soap opera, but with more sweat and fewer dramatic love triangles. Let's talk about some breaking news from the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs have just pulled off a blockbuster trade, acquiring wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins from the Arizona Cardinals. This move is expected to bolster the Chiefs' already potent offense, making them an even bigger threat. This season, in the NBA, LeBron James has made history once again. He just passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest players of all time. The Lakers are looking strong heading into the playoffs, and fans are excited to see what LeBron and his team can do. Switching over to the NHL, the postseason is right around the corner. The Tampa Bay Lightning are once again the team to beat, but don't count out the Colorado Avalanche. They've been on fire lately, and their young core is looking to make a deep run. In baseball, spring training is in full swing, and the New York Yankees have been making headlines with some impressive performances from their prospects. It looks like they're gearing up for another strong season, and fans are eager to see how the new talent will impact the team. Over in the tennis world, the French Open is just a few weeks away. All eyes are on Rafael Nadal as he aims for his 15th title at Roland Garros. It's going to be interesting to see if anyone can stop him on his favored clay surface. In soccer, Lionel Messi has been lighting up the pitch for Inter Miami in the MLS. His impact has been immediate, and the team is looking like serious contenders thanks to his incredible performances. Lastly, with the Summer Olympics coming up next year, athletes around the world are already gearing up. The anticipation is building, and it's sure to be a spectacular event as we watch the best compete on the global stage. That's all for tonight's sports update. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I'm Ben and Snyder, and we'll be back with more highlights and breaking news. Stay tuned and keep cheering for your favorite teams.
Buy from New Age OC Clothing or else.
Yes, I just love New Age OC Clothing. That's why I buy all my stuff. I am telling you, y'all should go check it out. Don't take it from me. Actually, take it from me. I would never shop at another store again. I love you. New Age OC Clothing, y'all are the best.
I do have a shirt from them, and I kind of lost it. Could you help me find it? Y'all should buy me one at New Age OC Clothing. I took it off. It's so hot. I don't know what I did with it. I asked them to make that shirt to say, does this shirt fit now? And I lost it.
Welcome back to Real Fucking News, where we bring you the most realist news. The news your grandmama is scared to watch. So don't be a chicken. Let's dive right in. But that's fantastic news, Ben. Go Hawks. And finally, in our health segment, the CDC has announced a new initiative to combat the rising cases of flu this season. They're urging everyone to get their flu shots and practice good hygiene. Because let's face it, folks, no one likes a snot rocket.
Absolutely, Anita. It's crucial to stay healthy, especially with the flu season upon us. And remember, folks, the flu shot won't make you a superhero, but it will keep you from feeling like you got hit by a truck. Well, that's it for tonight's episode of Real Fucking News.
But before we go, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, New Age OC Clothing. If you want to look fresher than the news we deliver, head over to New Age OC Clothing, www.bit.ly/3y3UPCG for the latest styles that will make you the talk of the town.
Absolutely, Anita. New Age OC Clothing has everything from sleek, minimalist designs to bold statement pieces. Want to look like you just stepped off a runway? They've got you covered. Need some killer streetwear to up your swag game? Look no further.
And don't forget their amazing accessories. From trendy hats to stylish bags, New Age OC Clothing has it all. You'll be so well dressed, people will think you have a personal stylist.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow with more real fucking news. Good night, everyone.
Breaking news. Stay alert for breaking news. Real fucking news. We keep it raw and